storyline continues. Alright, this is perfect. Alright,
It was all a little too perfect, if you ask me. But you know, let's get straight into this, man. But before I dive in, I need everybody watching this to do me the favor of watching this video to the end. Especially if you're a person who thinks from seeing the title of the video that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Please, if you want to disagree with me, that's fine, but at least hear me out fully. Alright. The highly anticipated KSI versus Logan Paul fight finally happened yesterday, August 25th, and the result was fixed. Straight away, let me clear up what I mean by that. If you watch the fight, which I did, it's clear to see that yes, this was a real fight. The combat was real, the punches were real. I am not here suggesting that, you know, it was a whole bunch of play acting and this whole fight was rehearsed. That is not what I'm suggesting. Most definitely the blows were real. It's clear to see, you know, that type of thing is hard to fake. But the result, this draw result, was always going to be the result. You know, that's a fixed result. It was guaranteed to happen. You know, that was always going to be the outcome. That is the way they had set it up in order to play it to their narrative. If you guys recall, about a month ago, I made a video saying this fight would be fixed. And it all stemmed from the contract negotiations, which mentioned and highlighted a rematch already being in place. And with that being the case, you know, in order for there to be a rematch that you want to sell out, having that in mind, or you know, you want to have it do well, you're gonna need an angle to come at, because not every situation requires a rematch. For example, if you watched the undercards that took place yesterday and you saw the FaZe Sensei fight, FaZe Sensei versus Overt Flow, TKO in the last round, he left Overt Flow's eye in a very bad condition. No one will really want to see that again. The Raka against Scarce, another clear victory, you know, that no one will want to see. And you have to take all of this into account, because it will literally be bad business for Logan Paul and KSI not to make this fight in favor of the rematch. All of this being said, because as I've made clear before, and I will say here again, a rematch had already been agreed to before they even stepped foot in the ring today. That is in the contract, which you can see on the screen now. Also, again, how it's bad business, the way that they are in fact splitting the profits 50-50 is that KSI takes everything from the UK fight that we just watched yesterday, and then Logan Paul takes everything from the US fight, which is the rematch in 2019. So they had to work around that, and they ended up going with the perfect result, literally the perfect result of what has to pretty much be a rematch. You know, a draw, you know, is undecided. We don't know who's better still. This is pretty much the only result that makes everybody want to see a rematch and say, let's find out who is better. Let's find out if one can get the better of the other. You know, if any of you guys are boxing fans, you may recall Triple G versus Canelo. You know, that's a fight that was a draw that just seemed like the only way to go from there was a rematch. And KSI and Logan needed to create a situation like that, since they have put themselves in this position, you know, of agreeing to a rematch from beforehand. Another example, because I gave some examples of pretty entertaining fights, even though they were clear victories. Again, if there's any boxing fans out there, Tyson Fury versus Pianata that he fought recently was just a poor watch. It was It was a win, and it was a boring fight, not entertaining at all. These fights, not every fight demands for a rematch, basically. Therefore, they went literally the best way they could in order to provoke a rematch. Again, I don't think they literally rehearsed round for round, but I do believe that result was always going to be the result, regardless, even if people were outraged. You know, maybe they've even got lucky with how close it did look. But even still, a lot of people are saying KSI won. You know, so yeah, that's the major, one of the major things. A second major point is that these guys, two people who have talked a lot of big talk coming into this fight, just accepted the rematch like it was nothing. Accepted the rematch absolutely like it was nothing. You know, these are guys who believe they're better than each other, clearly, from the things they've been saying in the past few weeks.
Showing my skill, that's gonna scare the shit out of him. And when that happens, he's fucked. And he's gonna know he's fucked.
I know, K-N-O-W, that I've had plenty of time to literally bury him on August 25th.
But all of a sudden, you're told there's a rematch, and you're not told there's a rematch. You're told you've drawn, and you're barely protesting. The first thing, just look at this. KSI was spoken to first, and he didn't waste no time before saying rematch.
I mean, Logan, I think there's only one thing to do. I think we got a rematch. Holy crap. Yo, let's do it. That was fun. Holy shit. I'm down, bro. Let's do it again. Logan, wait, are you done for a rematch? I think it's what the people want. Let's give him a motherfucking rematch.
You know, that is not normal. Again, Triple G versus Canelo, if you guys saw that, it was not like that. You know, they were not happy to hear that they have drawn, but this was just taken on the chin so easily. And that is because of this rematch that has already been agreed to, and therefore I'm sure this result had been agreed to in order to push that. You know, I can't really stress that enough. That's is clear as day for everybody to see. Another thing that, you know, I would assume they have briefed a couple of people behind the scenes, most notably True Geordie, of this rematch, because he slipped up on multiple occasions. I don't know if you'll call it slipping up, or if he was trying to prepare people's minds for the idea of a rematch. But when interviewing both KSI and Logan Paul, he asked them about rematches. He asked Logan Paul about a rematch. You can see that here.
I kind of feel like there's an inevitable rematch here. I can't help it. Because you guys are so, I know you're very different personality types, but you're so used to being the hero, number one. You know, nobody's going to take this lying down, I feel like, regardless of what way this goes. Would you give a rematch? If you won, would you give him a rematch?
Yeah, I would. It'd be fun to beat him up twice. I'll let him box me again.
And of course, Logan said he would accept a rematch, as he already knew that there was going to be one. And for all of those who may say, you know, all of this was genuine, you know, how could you say any of this? Why are these guys pretending like there was no rematch then, when I've shown you the contract on the screen that has the rematch pre-agreed to? You know, you now know that you're on the same page as me. Why are they behaving as if there's no rematch? What else are they being dishonest about? Why are they talking about it as if True Geordie asking them is the first time they're hearing about this? Then you look at True Geordie ask KSI, and he slips up. As I stated earlier, the contract says the rematch will be in the UK, and it will be Logan's event, where Logan will take the profits in order to get the 50-50. And Geordie actually slips up, clearly knowing this information, and mentions the US for no good reason, really, when speaking to KSI.
And then I'll
If
be
you ask for a
waiting.
rematch, will you give him
Yeah,
one?
go for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready, man. I'm ready, bro. It's gonna be easy August 25th, and it's gonna be easy wherever the fuck we do it the next. Simple as that, man.
Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to fighting.
I'll see you next year and we'll do the same.
If we get the rematch, just...
If we get the rematch, yeah. Hopefully, if we do...
I've never been to America.
That'd be fucking sick.
Can I come to America?
That's okay.
You can see that there. True Geordie yet again, you know, before the fight had even finished, on the night during the live stream, is commentating and mentions the rematch and mentions it being in America once again, and his co-commentator Lawrence has to step in and say if there is a rematch.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've not been to America.
Star through those.
Souvenir. Can I just say, when we go to LA for the rematch, I'll spend these.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's hope.
That's if there is a rematch. Tonight, it may get so serious that...
True Geordie, probably the worst slip up of them all, you know, to just say that, to just say the rematch before there being need for a rematch. You know, this guy literally said the rematch when we did not know the result. What if after he said that, KSI came out and won by a landslide victory, or Logan Paul came and knocked out KSI? But I guess they knew that was never going to happen. They knew that the result had been decided. It's crazy. It's crazy. Another giveaway to the whole situation is not just the fact that there is a rematch built into the contract, but there already being a date set for the rematch. There's already a date on it. You can see on the contract it says this will happen prior to the end of February 2019. So it won't be any later than February 2019. That's for sure. But then you compare that to, and this is a fight that just happened yesterday, and this is already decided. And then you compare that to a fight that was only recently announced, which is like Tyson Fury versus Wilder. And till this day, we do not know what date that fight will take place, because things do not move that fast. So yeah, it's crazy. Just to go over things once more. These guys, I am not saying they came out here and did play acting. These punches were real. All of that was real. Could it have maybe gone left and maybe the fight didn't go according to plan and someone knocked someone out? Maybe, but that didn't happen. The result is what I feel was fixed. I felt they had chosen that this will be a draw before these guys had stepped foot in the ring, in order to provoke and demand for the rematch that, you know, has to happen in their eyes, especially business wise, when, you know, the contract is ingrained around one person getting their money via this second event. The speed of which they accepted the rematch, the fight we watched, you know, the result was fixed. You know, what can I say? PewDiePie agrees with me. I was happy to see that.
Basically, KSI versus Logan got a draw, of course. And KSI just goes, "Whoa, let's do that again. That was fun." No, it wasn't fun. Okay? You guys made millions. Congratulations. But no. Fool me once, okay. Fool me twice, no thank you.
And yeah, that's about it. But yeah, man, I'd like to take this time out to say thank you for watching. You know, I made the other video, as I mentioned, actually like 2 months ago in June. You know, I saw this coming from a mile away as soon as this contract was leaked. And, you know, I was right about it. I just want to, you know, be allowing people, the viewers, to see the other side of things. You know, obviously KSI and Logan Paul are doing what they've got to do. Business is business and is entertainment at the end of the day, you know, and they have to secure their money. But, you know, if you still somehow don't agree with me, let me know. You know, just feel free to please explain yourself in the comments. You know, I can take correction if there's something that I'm clearly missing. You know, but yeah, that's all. You know, share the video with a friend. Let them know that this big fight that there's been a big six month build up was rigged. And yeah, you know, I don't think any of the undercards were rigged, by the way, for what it's worth. And yeah, man, subscribe.
I've been up a very long time, wonder why they hate on me. I don't wanna love myself, I'm praying that y'all love me. 'Cause you don't wanna